Hi, I'm Brighton West with SubscriberNation.com. Would you like to grow your business using online video? That's exactly what Marsha Shandur did with her coaching business. Marsha's our guest today. Stick around and learn how you can grow your business with online video. Hi, this is Brighton West, and I've got a very exciting guest with me. I've got Marsha Shandur, and she is with Yes Marsha. She's a coach, and she uses video to provide value and attract new clients. But Marsha, why don't you take it away? Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your show, and about your business.
So my business, Yes Marsha, is I help freelancers and creatives and entrepreneurs, people who are like really good at what they do and know that they are, but not quite getting the success they deserve, help them get up to that next level and to have all their dream clients find them by teaching them how to do networking in a way that doesn't make them want to cry or hide in the washrooms.
Great. Well, can you tell us how you got started and how you brought video into your business?
So I started my business about 1.5 years ago. It's pretty much me doing what I'd been doing for free my whole life, because I just would corner people at parties and be like, this is how you do networking. It's not what you think. And then realized that I could make a living off it. And so started doing my business. And the reason I was writing weekly blogs, but the reason I did video was because I thought I wouldn't hire a coach who I hadn't either seen a video of or heard an audio of, because it's such a vulnerable position when you're being coached and you're giving them like all your secret stuff. I wanted to start doing video so that I could kind of get across to people what I was like. And then also, I'm just a ham. And if you see my videos, they're very silly. There's a lot of wigs.
I met you at World Domination Summit in Portland, Oregon, I think. And when I started hearing about your videos and went online and just watched the first one and just love how you kind of break away to the other Marsha and have kind of like these different characters that pop up in your videos. So they're very entertaining, but also providing great content.
Right.
So maybe you could tell us where you get your inspiration from.
So, I have always been a ham, but I kind of got into this world through Marie Forleo. I did her B School, and I always have loved her videos. And she's also very silly in hers, and I feel like the way that I would describe her to people is like she gives super whip smart advice, but she just also is really silly and does silly fun things. And I feel like that's just really important for me. And sometimes I like learning from people who are very cerebral, but I always learn better when there's something stupid and fun along the way. And when I first started doing video, there was 3 people who were all making videos about how to make videos. And they are Cher Ross, who does Video Rockstar University, Sarah Michelle Brown from Videos That Shine, and particularly Holly Gillen from videosbyholly.com, who all just have amazing tutorials. And I feel like I learned so much stuff from them.
Awesome. Well, I will link to all of them in the show notes. And of course, I'm a B-schooler too. I'm one of the few male B-schoolers out there, but I think Marie Forleo rocks. And sooner or later, I will get her on my show. Probably a little later. Great, but let's move forward, and maybe you could tell us about a time that you learned from a mistake.
So many. If you watch my very first video and then you watch my second one, you realise that the first one was all in mirror image because I was using photo booth and I didn't realise it was back to front. And so luckily I didn't hold up anything that had letters on. But I feel like someone who watched one and then the other will be like, hang on a second, isn't that plant over that? Like, doesn't she part her hair on the other side? Like, how did she change the bookshelf? My first few videos, I'm like, there's black bars on either side of it when you look at them on YouTube, because I had no idea how to get rid of them. And actually, I think the thing that I learned, it wasn't so much, I did that and I learned how not to do it. I mean, I eventually found out, but it was more that I learned that like it's okay to put stuff out in the world that isn't perfect. And I get like really particular on the editing. I mean, I really spent hours doing just stupid, needless detail. But, some of my videos are back to front. There's black bars on some of them. There's one where like I really should have washed my hair because part of my hair starts migrating from one bit of my head to the other as the video goes on. You see this bit of skin appearing behind.
Yeah, I love the idea of, starting before you're ready and just getting stuff out there, because I think people are much harder on themselves than the rest of the world. Except in YouTube, maybe sometimes the rest of the world can be pretty hard too. But it's still, the people that are going to love your content are going to love your content, even if it is reversed. I don't know why it is that Photo Booth does that by default, but
so weird.
Yeah, great. So how about telling us about one piece of equipment that you can't live without?
I'm going to do a visual aid. It's right here. Sorry, I just get very loud. So because I did radio stuff and I actually do a lot of interviews for sort of separate projects, I had a fancy pants recorder, which is a Zoom H4n. And I think probably I could do with something, you know, it's not this particular piece of equipment, but I feel like generally the most important thing, which is one of the things that I learned from all my furious blog reading, is that audio is so much more important than the quality of video. And that's kind of why I knew I could get away with using Photo Booth, actually, is because as long as your audio is good, that's all that's important. So I use this Zoom H4n. I also rent microphones. I found that there's like an equipment rental place, and it's actually not worth buying one because I can just rent a little clip-on mic. And so I find that's completely essential, is just making sure you have really good audio. But the one that I use is Zoom H4n.
Awesome. I use that one too. So that's a great piece of equipment. And I love the tip on renting microphones.
And I feel like also with the renting, you can check something out before you spend, you know, several $100s. You can see actually if you like it.
Yeah, well, that's a great segue into our next topic, which is the one I love, which is money. So maybe you can tell us about how it is that you make money and how video fits into that.
So I make money. I have one-on-one clients, and that's what you'll find on the website. I also do workshops and talks. And I found what video has been a real game changer for me is partly it's got me more visibility and people are sharing the videos. So, you know, my list has increased and signups and eyeballs on my website have increased. But actually the really big change for me is that it's bringing me my people, because there are other people doing what I do in this space, but who are different from me. And it's not that, you know, I'm more special than they are. I'm just more me than I am. And there are a lot of people who would look at my videos and see the wigs and see the George Clooney impressions and think, oh my God, who is this lady? Like, she's weird. I don't like her. I don't want to work with her. But the kind of people who find that hilarious are my people, and they come to me, and so it just makes it much easier in terms of sales to say to someone, I'd love to work with you, and what you mean is like, oh my God, I really want to hang out with you. Or just people, you know, it was kind of after I started doing video that I started getting sales without having to have any hustle, and people just straight away coming to me, and people kind of feel like they know me. And I know this from going to conferences, that people will say, oh my God, I feel like I've been hanging out with you forever. Like, I know this is weird because you've never met me before, but I feel like we're already friends. And so, you know, one of the things my business coach, Kendrick Shope, always says is, all things being equal, friends buy from friends. All things not being equal, friends buy from friends.
That's awesome. I 100% agree with you. I think video, like blogging and podcasts are great, but video really helps make a deeper connection with your audience. Mm-hmm. Great. Well, maybe you could tell us what is next for you.
I actually took a bit of a break from video over the summer, and so I'm back into doing them. And actually my next video is going to be the thing that I get asked about the most, which is how do I sell myself? Like, how do I self-promote? Which, do you want me to give you a teaser what the answer is?
Yes, I would love a teaser.
The answer is, don't do it. Like, don't go to a networking event and self-promote in the same way as if you went to a speed dating event. You wouldn't sit down opposite someone and say, I'd make an excellent wife. I think I'd be a really good mother. When we live together, this is how I'm going to arrange the furniture in our living room. Like, that would be crazy. Nobody would, you know, want to date you if that's the first thing you say to them. So in the same way, don't go up to potential clients and you know, joint venture people or whatever and go, here, I'm really amazing. Here's how it'll be to work with me. Just gently get to know people. Networking is all about long-term relationships, not one-night stands. Anyway, so that's my video, and I'm planning to like pretend to be the person in the speed dating. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching that one. As I am with all of your videos. But so maybe you could tell everyone how they can find those videos, and we'll wrap up.
So my website is yesmarsha.com, and you can find the instructional videos on there, but I also have a special video that I made, which is how to remember anyone's name. I used to be awful at remembering names, and then I learned this trick and it completely changed my life. So I've made a little video.
Awesome. Great. Well, we will link up your website in the show notes. But thank you so much. This has been a great interview.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So Subscriber Nation, we will see you in 1 week. Marsha's great, and you need to check out her channel to see how her personality really shines through on video, especially with the wigs. And now it's your turn. Are you using video in your business? Do you have tips for other businesses? I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And of course, you can click to see more from Marsha, another interview, and be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.
Hey, I'm Noah Hammond Terrell. I've done millions of views through YouTube and created hundreds of thousands of dollars for my business as a direct result of YouTube marketing. I'll be on Subscriber Nation next week.